Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestling Rundown. This is the end of episode 67. I am your host, Travis Colt, along with my friend, my partner, my co-host, Kevin Hawk. And if we're at the end of the week, or the beginning of your week, depending on when you work, that means this is the indie news. And normally, we'd be kicking off with some ROH results, but unfortunately we missed ROH this week, so we'll be doubling up next week for you. But Kevin Hawk has 2 shows from Chikara and 2 shows from Beyond Wrestling. Kevin Hawk, tell him what happened this weekend.
Alright, so Saturday, the 26th, Beyond Wrestling presented the greatest Rivals Round Robin.
6 matches, 4 guys, 1 night.
Yeah, plus other matches with other guys.
Non-round robin matches.
So we opened up, we had Busick, Biff Busick, the man, the myth, the could-be a legend in the near future, Biff Busick defeating Drew Gulak. We had Eddie Edwards defeat Timothy Thatcher in non-round robin action. We had David Starr, who we knew had the open contract, ended up defeating Rory Gulak.
Oh, the other half of the amazing Gulaks.
Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee defeated Team Tremendous.
Ooh.
Per that match, Everett and Lee changed their team name to Team Fuck the Police.
Oh, so the other half of Team Tremendous is back.
Yes.
He's back from injury.
Yes.
Good.
Bill Carr and Dan Barry are now together.
Woo!
Back as a unit.
Yes.
No longer having to
Partners in
replace
action once again.
each other and with other people.
Like Dick Justice.
Yeah. Brian Fury defeated A.R. Fox. Biff Busick defeated Timothy Thatcher. Eddie Edwards defeated Drew Gulak. This is one I wanted to point out via ref stoppage because Edwards had Gulak in a single leg Boston Crab and was stomping on the back of his head.
That's fucked up.
Ricochet defeated JT Dunn. Drew Gulak defeated Timothy Thatcher, and Biff Busick defeated Eddie Edwards to win the greatest Rivals Round Robin.
So, Biff Busick won, obviously, because he won all of his matches.
Yes, he won all 3.
And Timothy Thatcher lost all of his matches.
Yeah, Timothy Thatcher lost all 3. Eddie Edwards won 2, and Drew Gulak won 1.
Well, congratulations to Biff Busick.
Post that, he did a little speech thanking the Beyond Wrestling management, the other wrestlers, and the fans of Beyond Wrestling.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, he should be starting at the WWE Performance Center. Him and Rich Swann both will be on NXT by October. So
in the very near future, we're going to see some more cool guys coming up.
We'll be seeing them soon.
And then same day, on the 26th, we had Chikara.
Chikara!
Justice is Blind from Gibsonville, North Carolina. A lot of COTI stuff happening, I think 3 or 4 of them. I know for one, we had the Gentlemen's Club, Chuck Taylor and Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy earn a point by defeating a Mosses and Worker Ant of the Battle Hive.
How did that happen?
The Freshly Squeezed Orange Mist. Followed by the Awful Waffle.
Alright.
In singles action, COTI point on the line, Jakob Hammermeyer picked up a point for the BDK by defeating Argus of the Snake Pit.
See, I haven't seen anything special out of Argus yet.
Well, he's still a rookie.
Eh.
In non-COTI action, we had the mystery move match, which was the Pescado Plancha, which is that slingshot body press over the top rope. A lot of people call it the house show dive.
That everybody does.
Frightmare defeated Mr. Touchdown.
Oh.
Mr. Touchdown did perform the Pescado Plancha.
Yeah.
So everybody got a free Chikara cup.
Awesome.
But Frightmare won with a crucifix bomb. Same thing. He does almost on every one of his matches.
Yeah.
Phoenix used it to advance in the King of Trios finals. And then in another COTI-related match, Oleg picks up a point for the Arcane Horde by defeating Eddie Kingston of the Snake Pit.
Wow.
So Snake Pit lost 2 points.
Not a good week. Not a good night. I don't know what the next night has in store for us, but
yeah.
So far, not a good outing for the
And then we had COTI Trios action, pitting the Crown and Court, Princess Kimberly, and Los Ice Creams versus the Wrecking Crew.
Well, I kind of see where this is going.
In which Crown and Court won a point by defeating the Wrecking Crew.
That's what I meant, because Sydney Bacabella's gone.
This was, though, sort of a... they didn't really win.
It's kind of an iffy win?
Because the match was stopped, and the Wrecking Crew were disqualified for castigo excessivo, which is the excessive violence clause, when the Wrecking Crew delivered 3 tombstone pile drivers to El Hijo del Ice Cream.
Is he still alive?
It should be, because he is scheduled to appear in October.
Oh, well.
But he wasn't able to compete during the Marta complex the next night.
Unfortunate.
Then we had Shinron defeat the Proletariat Boar of Moldova. We had trios action. We had Icarus, Dasher Hatfield, and Heidi Lovelace defeat Battleborn, Missile Assault Man, Lucas Calhoun, and Kevin Condren. This was weird because Kevin Condren basically refused to get in the match at all. Still very unsure about what to do with himself after what he did at King of Trios weekend.
We'll be talking about that. Kind of a reaction, our reactions at least.
And
so he's still kind of in that daze.
Icarus finally got him to get in the ring. Icarus pulled out the peace hammer that was Thunderfrog's hammer.
I saw a picture of that.
But wasn't actually able to lift it. So it seems like Icarus maybe not worthy anymore.
Because he was able to lift it when he went against Decay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But then Condren walked out on his team, basically giving Dasher's Dugout a 3-on-2 advantage, and they picked up the win.
Wow.
And then there was an encore match in which Silver Ant defeated Juan Francisco de Coronado.
Nice.
And then today, the day we're filming this, not the day you're watching this, so it'd be yesterday. Sunday the 27th. Beyond Wrestling had Powder Keg from Somerville, Massachusetts. We had Donovan Dijak defeat Andrew Everett. Brian Fury defeated Trevor Lee. Alexis defeated Tessa Blanchard. EYFBO and Pinky Sanchez defeated the Cam and Connection and Travis Air Gordon. The Doom Patrol defeated War Machine.
Wow.
Team Tremendous defeated the Minutemen. David Starr defeated John Silver. The Kingdom defeated Death by Elbow. And in the main event, Ricochet defeated Shinron.
I want to see that match so bad.
And then also on the 27th, we have Chikara again. This time it was the Marta Complex from Norfolk, Virginia. A lot more COTI action, where we had Chuck Taylor pick up another point for the Gentlemen's Club over Jakob Hammermeyer of the BDK.
I bet that match was hilarious.
Chuck Taylor was very patriotic in this match. He sported an American flag headband, or bandana, representing the USA versus the supposedly German Jakob Hammermeyer.
He's totally German.
We had in the mystery move match of the night, which was the Samoan drop.
Oh, everyone knows that.
The team of Battleborn, represented by Missile Assault Man and Lucas Calhoun, beat the Block Party, Mr. Azerbaijan and the Proletariat Boar of Moldova, using the Samoan drop to finish.
Interesting.
Then in COTI action, Silver Ant picks up another point for the Nightmare Warriors by defeating Oleg Usurper. And then in tag team action, Dasher's Dugout earns a point, represented by Icarus and Dasher Hatfield. They defeated the team of Amasis and Fire Ant, I believe, or Worker Ant, one of the ants, in tag team action to pick up another point.
Is Amasis still rocking
this
that
was Icarus.
Pharaoh Ant thing?
Icarus and Touchdown.
Oh, okay.
And then Crown and Court. No, Snake Pit, not Battle Hive. Not Amasis and Worker Ant.
He's losing it, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, no, it was Icarus and Touchdown versus Eddie Kingston and Argus.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Touchdown won via Spinebuster on Argus.
See, Argus, you're the weak link.
Apparently, the big note of this match is that for some reason, Eddie Kingston is back on Icarus's case over Icarus beating him for the Grand Championship. being this is the first time that they've been on opposite sides of a match since Icarus defeated him for the Grand Championship.
He has been getting more vocal about that as far as like tweets and Facebook posts and everything. He's back on his kick about the Grand Championship. He's still got that obsession for it.
Yeah. And then we had Crown and Court versus the Battle Hive. This is where the Battle Hive happened. It was both Ants and Amasis.
Right.
Versus Princess Kimberly, one of the Ice Creams, and Jervis Cottonbelly in trios action, where Crown and Court picked up another point.
Are you kidding?
Princess Kimberly gets the point with a sit-out powerbomb on Fire Ant. And then in COTI singles action, Dasher Hatfield representing the Dugout defeated Flex Rumble Crunch of the Wrecking Crew. This actually puts Dasher's Dugout now in the lead of COTI.
How many points do they have?
I want to say it was somewhere around 10.
Yeah, I want to say 9 or 10, something like that.
And then in the main event, we had Team NRG versus the Devastation Corporation in a Campeones de Parejas match.
The second time in a matter of months.
Yeah, the first time was over the UK tour. And this time the NRG was successful in dethroning the Devastation Corporation 2-1, sandwiching the falls in a pretty neat fashion.
Very cool.
New Campeones de Parejas.
Congratulations, NRG.
And then we had another encore match afterwards in which Heidi Lovelace, the current Young Lions Cup champion, defeated Frightmare.
Oh, alright. I bet that was a fun match.
Probably. Interesting note.
Okay.
Because of mentioning his match with Frightmare on Saturday, Mr. Touchdown was talking about how it's very infrequent he gets to face former Young Lions Cup champions, and saying that he was going to beat Frightmare and prove that he was the only he's the one Young Lions Cup champion that mattered.
Which kinda could make things a little uneasy in Dasher's dugout since one of his partners is Heidi Lovelace.
The current Young Lions Cup champion.
Yeah.
To note then, he lost to Frightmare on Saturday.
And
Heidi Lovelace beat Frightmare on Sunday.
Uh-oh.
So we could be seeing maybe a little bit of dissension within the Dasher's dugout.
He's coming back, nerds.
Watch your back. You don't want to be taken to Touchdown City, nerd.
Touchdown City.
That's it for results. We're going to do a quick little synopsis of what we thought of King of Trios weekend.
I'm going to hit one little note first.
Note.
Over the weekend, we had two TV tapings for Ring of Honor. We had the Women of Honor return to these shows. On Friday, we had Taylor Hendricks take on Mandy Leon. And on Saturday, we were supposed to have Veda Scott versus Cherry Bomb. But for some reason, I don't know exactly the reason. If you know, post down in the comments. Cherry Bomb was not at the tapings, and so Veda Scott ended up going against Sumi Sakai. So look forward to that match coming up on TV pretty soon. The women are coming back to Ring of Honor TV, which is awesome.
Hey, any chance you get, you can occasionally find them on Ring of Honor's YouTube channel.
Right.
I watched Mandy Leon wrestle for my first time seeing her ever wrestle a couple weeks back on their YouTube page.
All right. But yeah, those matches should be showing up in the coming weeks of ROH TV.
Yeah, so King of Trios weekend.
Yes.
We watched it.
We finally got to see all 3 nights.
Pretty good show.
Yeah.
Good showing all around.
I just based on the teams that we had, I was a little skeptical on what it was going to be just because we had... I was skeptical but excited at the same time because we had so many just oddly completed trios here.
Yeah, because of COTI. Challenge of the Immortals.
Yeah, COTI made this one a very eclectic group of people. Plus, with the outside talent you had, I didn't know Fight Club Pro. BWO were the geriatric team technically, and then obviously everyone was excited for AAA and Bullet Club. So there was just so many different ways that this tournament could have gone, but I was entertained the whole way through.
Yeah, it was a good tournament. A couple impressive things I want to note on. Kevin Condren presents Battleborn. I think they had a really impressive showing. This being the first time that the three of them had teamed as a trio.
Yes.
Being in King of Trios. And I really enjoyed a lot of the non-tournament matches as well.
Yeah,
seeing 3.0 return.
3.0 returning was obviously one of the highlights because we've been wondering where they've been since the start of this season.
They're probably somewhere up in Canada.
Probably. But
I want to see more of 3.0. Come on, you guys.
Please.
I'm unfortunate, I'm going to spoil a little bit right now. In the next 2 Chikara shows, I've got 5 matches to announce. None of them involve 3.0. Making me sad.
Well,
we want to go back to the promised land.
Well, at least they came back for King of Trios.
It's a big weekend to come back.
But yeah, I mean, all the tournament matches, we had some really interesting, swerves as far as characters go. As we were mentioning, Kevin Condren is having the issues because at the end, or it was during the tag team gauntlet on night 3, he brought up the fact that him and Lucas Calhoun had both watched.
Well, it's everybody in the Battleborn stable with the exception of Missile Assault Man.
Snow Troll also?
Snow Troll because of the Baltic Siege.
Oh, right,
Ivan Proud Oak and Estonian Thunder Frog.
Right,
both
okay.
off. Lucas Calhoun watched Decalion, who was his person. Kevin Condren as Kid Cyclone watched Creator Wrestler 3 and Threequinox bite the dust.
Yeah, and so he forced Missile Assault Man to choose between Arctic Rescue Ant and Orbit Adventure Ant, which one of them had to die, because he had to see one of them die before his eyes, and he refused to choose. And he actually raised his arms, did the Missile Assault Ant, and then Condren chose, ended up killing Orbit Adventure Ant. And that scene, that's the one thing about Chikara, is that Chikara is so fun-loving, so PG, that when they do something like this, especially when Decalion first started coming through, first with it being Cobalt, the reaction of Oberian and Kodama to the whole situation, and then just watching it happen again and again, the reaction that we got from Lucas Calhoun and from Snow Troll and from Arctic Rescue Ant in this situation was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It flips the script on Chikara real fast when they do stuff like this.
Well, and I think they waited a good amount of time to make everybody think that they were back in the safety zone.
Yeah. Where stuff like this wouldn't happen.
Decalion had been gone for a long time now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And he was the one doing it. Decalion was the one knocking people off. Chikara retaliated in a very few instances, one of them being Decalion himself.
Right.
But I think once the flood had dissipated, everyone was sort of reassured that we wouldn't be getting any more of this.
Yeah. It was interesting to see that come back. We also had another death, technically. We don't know exactly what the status of him is, but Cindy Bacabella got his head knocked off by Oleg.
Yes. Off with his head. That awesome thumb strike that he does.
Yeah.
Hit him so hard the hair went flying off the scalp.
He is so bald.
Not to be confused with Cobalt.
No. Cobalt's way cooler.
We had the secondary tournament. We had the tournament within the tournament, the Rey de Voladores. Seeing guys like
amazing matches.
Seeing Too Cold Scorpio and Amasis being able to get it onto the ring at one point.
I don't know about you, but my first introduction to Mascara Papora, he was very, very talented, very fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Matt Cross didn't do too much, but it was still fun to see him in a setting that we get to see on a regular basis, other than AIW, I guess.
And it was a fun little thing. Managers ended up winning.
Yes.
Beating Shinron in the finals.
Yeah.
Good match.
Him and Shinron killed it.
He had that
so good.
From the outside in springboard reverse Rana while Shinron was standing on the second rope.
Yeah. He's got a beautiful shooting star press. Absolutely gorgeous.
they really, really emphasized the high-flying moves in that one-on-one match specifically.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you don't get... Most one-on-one matches don't usually have an abundance of high-flying maneuvers.
Yeah, usually Spot Fest requires at least 2 other people.
You know, you want to have... A lot of times you want to have the safety of numbers. More people to catch, more people to spread out how many spots you're doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
the
more
obviously,
base.
the more dives you're doing, the more chance you have of hurting yourself.
Yeah.
You know, but these guys really didn't care. They both dove out of the ring multiple times. They're both doing lots of flips off the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, emphasizing the high flyers name in the King of the High Flyers tournament.
Oh yeah. Then we had some hilarious stuff. We had the slow dancing bit in the 8-man tag match.
Yeah, Crown and Court versus the Gentleman's Club.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious. And then it was like everyone got beat up by Drew Gulak and Kimberly, and they're like, why am I always the third wheel? And then it turned around, and then they ended up getting into the wrestling, and then they fucking killed it there. We also
they had the fake nobody got to dive spot during that match where everybody tried but got stopped by somebody.
Yep.
Until Chuck Taylor hit the slow motion over the ropes plancha.
And then unintentional funny, which started as a botch, AJ Styles and the Young Bucks continuing the tradition that on night 1 AJ failed to hit the springboard elbow or springboard forearm, and night 2 he decided, no, I'm not going to try it, and then night 3 he went to do it, he screwed up. And, I hate lucha ropes!
Yeah.
And both the Young Bucks tripping over each other.
Yeah, that's what I like, is they added on to it.
Yeah, it was just great stuff. And then that finals match, Team AAA versus the Bullet Club, was just amazing.
Absolutely.
And, you know, for all the people that are saying, oh, a Chikara team should have won, why? Why should a Chikara team win? This is a tournament where they bring in outside talent for a reason. You know, Rey de Voladores is a tournament they bring in outside talent for a reason. That's not always a Chikara guy that wins. It's something that is meant for independent wrestling as a whole. And when you have 2 teams that are on top of the wrestling world, like AAA and the Bullet Club, why don't they deserve to win a tournament in Chikara?
Yeah, and I mean, I get it from a perspective of the hardcore Chikara fans.
Oh yeah, I understand that completely.
I want to see a Chikara team win this thing, and you know I do too. I like seeing the Chikara team win King of Trios. At the same time, this is like the first time since the 2nd year of King of Trios that a team from outside Chikara has won.
Exactly.
You know, so
and
they've got like 6-7 straight wins.
And this is the first time in Chikara history that none of the winners on the trio were Chikara guys.
Yeah, because the only other year with an outside team, Team Lucha, had Lindsay Dorado, who was a Chikara staple.
Yeah, and so with the fact that the Young Bucks have been gone for a while, so they were officially off the roster. AJ, Drago, Aerostar, and Phoenix were all new to Chikara. So it was a big moment for them. You know, you've got 6 of the most popular wrestlers in the world right now. You know, it was a phenomenal match. They killed it. The fans there had fun. We had fun watching it, and Chikara it only gets more recognition by having people like this, which makes Chikara grow.
Yeah.
So
overall, great 3 nights of action.
Absolutely.
Pick it up at chikarapro.com in their merchandise area, or at smartmarkvideo.com. You can buy the DVDs, the Blu-rays, or downloadable files to play on your computer.
Yeah. That's it for our newsy type stuff.
News/review.
We're going to move on to some upcoming shows. Where are we starting with this one?
Well, you know what? I'm just going to give you an entire calendar for the month of October.
All right, fine. Leave me time for the 23rd and the 24th. That's all I ask.
Yeah, you can have when I'm done. You got plenty of time.
All right.
Because
go for it.
I should go through this pretty quick. October 3rd, we got 2 shows coming at you from AIW, both of them in Cleveland, Ohio. We've got Girls Night Out 16. We've got matches announced for this finally.
Lots of matches announced.
Candice LeRae versus Mia Yim. Ray Lynn versus Britt Baker. That's the Brit chick that I couldn't remember what her name was last week.
Yeah.
Britt Baker. Her last name is Baker. I'm going to get Britt Baker and Brittany Blake confused a lot.
Oh, I bet.
We're going to have Solo Darling versus Angel Dust, Annie Social versus Veda Scott, Marty Bell versus Allison Kay, Lufisto versus Crazy Mary Dobson,
Ooh.
and the absolute women's championship on the line, Heidi Lovelace defense against Tessa Blanchard.
Ooh, that'll be good.
And then later that day, from Cleveland, Ohio, again, is AIW Presents Fresh Meat.
Ah, yes.
We're going to have a 6-way scramble Haas division match. All of these large individuals.
Oh,
this is going to be
this could be interesting.
One of the heaviest 6-way matches in the history of AIW.
All right.
Broderick Shaw, John Greed, Big Mo, Steve Brown, Jackson Stone, and John Silver of the Beaver Boys.
I knew John Silver. That's the
Yeah.
only one, actually.
Well, I mean, this is a show all, you know,
There's gonna be
a lot of new talent coming into AIW.
There'll be a lot of guys I don't know.
John Silver of the Beaver Boys, though, definitely the smallest guy in this match. He's very short, but very largely built for a small guy. Super powerhouse. So I predict he's going to do fairly well, and I think he's probably going to have a lot of surprise, ooh, he picked that guy up moments in that match, because everybody, I think, is going to be significantly larger than him.
All right.
When we're going to have the team of Hot Sauce Entertainment, Tracy Williams and Tyson Ducks. They're going to go against a team called Weird World.
Interesting.
We're going to have Kaplan go against Madman Pondo. Eddie Kingston's going to go against Frankie Flynn. Brian Carson versus Johnny Gargano. Lewis Linden takes on the hacker Skylar Faden. And Ricky Shane Page will defend the Absolute Championship against Alex Daniels.
Ooh. That'd be a good one.
On October 9th, AAW, not AIW, AAW, so another one. They do Jawbreaker.
2 A's.
Yeah, 2 A's, not an A and an I. This isn't Hangman, this is weird. Jawbreaker is the show. It's going to come to you from the Berwyn's Eagles Club in Berwyn, Illinois. Only one match to be announced. It's confirmed we are getting the 2 out of 3 Falls Championship match between Ethan Page and Johnny Gargano.
Hell yeah.
Also, we know that this show will see the return to AAW of Ricochet and the debut of Mia Yim and Tessa Blanchard in AAW.
Ooh, nice.
Also on October 9th, we go back to our friends at Chikara for Colony Collapse in Manhattan, New York.
That sounds scary.
We've got 3 matches announced for this. We've got a trios match. The 3 remaining members of the Arcane Horde, Oleg and the Batiri, will be taking on the Nightmare Warriors, Hollow Wicked, the Grand Champion, Frightmare, and Blind Rage.
Oh.
Here's where the name Colony Collapse comes into play, because we're going to have a tag team COTI match between the BDK, being represented by Pinky Sanchez and Soldier Ant, taking on the Battle Hive, being represented by Amasis and Worker Ant.
Ooh.
This is going to be the first real, one of the first real face-offs between the 3rd members of the Colony.
Yeah, Worker Ant kind of took the place of Soldier Ant while Soldier Ant was a prisoner of war.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
And then also, we're going to have Crown and Court being represented by Princess Kimberly and Los Ice Creams, taking their second shot at the Gentleman's Club. This time, Chuck Taylor, Swamp Monster, and Drew Gulak.
Oh, well, if they don't got Orange Cassidy, there's a good chance they're going to lose.
Yep. And that'll be their second match, so no more Crown and Court versus Gentleman's Club
Last
after that.
one there. All right.
We're getting a lot of these, too, coming up
Yeah.
with people, you know, the second match between certain pairings.
Yeah. Kind of knocking some of those last matches off, so.
And then on the 10th, Chikara comes back.
Chikara again!
And this is going to be the Ocean Walker, and this is from Haverhill, Massachusetts. We've got 2 matches, a COTI match, singles, Blaster McMassive taking on Mr. Azerbaijan as the Wrecking Crew will go against the United Nations.
Okay.
Well, you know, and this is the thing, is that
That's so weird.
these are matches that really haven't happened yet.
I know.
Because, you know, the teams have to, the team captains have to agree on these matches.
Right.
So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of teams who felt in their best interest to not cross paths as of yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Wrecking Crew and the United Nations are one of those pairings that you could say maybe would find it mutually beneficial to wait till things are ramping up to face off against each other.
Okay.
But yeah, we have Mr. Azerbaijan quite outsized by he would be outsized by any member of the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah. I don't usually go for the Wrecking Crew, but I like Blaster McMassive, so I'm going for Blaster because I like him way more than I like Mr. Azerbaijan.
And the other match we have announced is another COTI singles match, this time Dasher's Dugout versus the Gentleman's Club. As this match I'm really looking forward to, pitting Mr. Touchdown versus the Legal Eagle, the Regal Beagle, Drew Gulak.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
And then also on the 10th, CZW presents Tangled Web 8. We talked about the Tangled Web death match a little bit last week, and that's going to be an event that's going to have Ohio is for Killers, Jake and Dave Christ, Alex Collin and Eric Ryan, and they're going to take on the Nation of Intoxication, Danny Havoc, Devin Moore, Lucky 13, and Connor Claxton.
Scary.
Also, we're going to have Matt Tremont defend his CZW championship against the former champion Black G's. Former Juicy Product partners will face off David Starr versus JT Dunn. Sozio will go against Pepper Parks. And Greg Excellence is going to take on Dick Justice. And then also on the 10th.
Holy crap.
3 shows on the 10th, depending on where you are in the world, because in the New England area, you had Chikara in Haverhill, Massachusetts, you had CZW in Voorhees, New Jersey, but if you go a little bit Midwesty, back to Berwyn, Illinois, and the Berwyn's Eagles Club, you have Shimmer's editions 76 and 77 being filmed.
Oh boy.
Their happy 10th anniversary tour, per se, over the weekend, because then on the 11th, the next night, they're going to be doing 78 and 79, also from the Berwyn Eagles Club. There are very few tickets left for this event, so if you want to get in on the Shimmer 10-year anniversary weekend, get it in now.
Do it.
And then on the 17th, CZW comes back to us with a joint show with IWS, Freedom to Fight. This is a CZW versus IWS show. These have happened before, but this is the first one that's going to be happening in IWS's territory up in Canada. Laval, Quebec, Canada, to be precise. We've got a couple matches announced. Team Tremendous will be defending the CZW Tag Team Championships against Tabernacle Team. And then we have a 4 against 4, 8-man tag main event, pitting the Nation of Intoxication, all 4 members of that, representing CZW, and representing IWS will be the Hardcore Ninjas, Green Phantom, and Vampiro.
Whoa.
And then on the 17th, 2 shows on the 17th, ladies and gentlemen. If you're back in the Middle East, not Middle East.
If you're back on the East Coast?
Yeah, East Coast, New England, New York.
Oh.
Queens, New York.
Oh.
For Evolve 49.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome because they have the debut of Matt Riddle. He's going to take on Jonathan Gresham.
Ooh.
Not an easy task for your debut match.
No, Jonathan Gresham's fast.
Then we have Tracy Williams. He's going to go against Willie Mack. There's going to be a 4-way match between Tony Nese, Andrew Everett, Matt Cage, and Peter Casa. There's going to be a number 1 contenders match for the Evolve Championship. Trevor Lee versus Drew Gulak.
Ooh.
And then a tag team match pitting TJ Perkins and Timothy Thatcher, the Evolve Champion, versus Roppongi Vice.
Oh, that'll be a great match.
And then on the 18th of October, Evolve 50 from Deer Park, New York. We're going to have Matt Riddle continuing his I don't want to start out the easy way by having his second match against Chris Dickinson.
Oh, God.
We're going to have TJ Perkins versus Tracy Williams. Willie Mack will face the loser of the number 1 contenders match between Trevor Lee and Drew Gulak. RPG Vice will take on the Premier Athlete brand, Caleb Connolly and Tony Nese. And Timothy Thatcher will defend the Evolve Championship against whoever won the number 1 contenders match between Drew Gulak and Trevor Lee.
Nice.
And then we have a string of shows with Chikara from the
Chikara again. And again.
There you go. Because on the 22nd, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, They've got Making a Stand on the 23rd from Chicago, Illinois. Not Without My Daughter. On the 24th from Jeffersonville, Indiana. Off the Hook. And lastly, in Columbus, Ohio, on the 25th with Exit Strategy.
Interesting.
And again, we've got CZW coming back on the 25th. CZW, 3 shows this month. But this is the cool show that I like to be talking about because it's them and the Maven Bentley Association doing the show to benefit Alzheimer's research and cure coming up. The memory remains. We talked about previously, Matt Tremont is scheduled to be on the show. Grant Akuma is going to be on the show. Joe Gacy's going to be on the show. But they have announced a few matches. Brittany Blake versus Penelope Ford as a WSU Showcase match.
Nice.
And also Latin Dragon versus Kefka the Quiet.
Wow, we haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, Kefka's been doing the CZW Dojo Wars, which I don't cover in the indie news because they do those multiple times a month.
Right.
They're
It's
way up
like
there in
house
numbers.
shows for CZW.
And he does the Dojo Wars a lot. But yeah, check those out too. Those are usually only 2 or 3 matches per show.
Yeah.
That's it for me. That was what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 shows. I just dropped on your heads.
Wow.
In your ear holes.
All right.
I'm done. I'm tired. My mouth is tired of talking.
I'm gonna give you 5 more. But I've only got matches announced for one of them. So on the 23rd, as I've been touting for the last couple weeks, we have Global Force Wrestling doing their Amped TV tapings at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. This will be the semifinals and potentially finals for their championship tournaments. For the tag team titles, we have 2 semifinal matches. We have Reno Scum taking on the Bollywood Boys.
Go Reno Scum.
And we have the Bullet Club taking on Tees and Sleaze.
Go Tees and Sleaze. That's the finals I want right there.
I know. We have the next gen semifinals. We have Kushida taking on Jigsaw, and we have TJ Perkins taking on Virgil Flynn. For the women's championship, we have the finals. We have Amber Gallows taking on Christina Von Eerie. And for the Global Force Wrestling Championship, we have one more semifinals match between Shelton Benjamin and Eric Young. And the winner of that will take on Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus, in the finals for the title.
I want to see Shelton Benjamin take that.
And then we're going to go to Ring of Honor, because on the 23rd as well, in Kalamazoo, Michigan, we have Night 1 of Glory by Honor.
GBH.
Glory by Honor 14. That'll be Night 1 on the 23rd. And on the 24th in Dayton, Ohio, will be Night 2 of Glory by Honor. Still no matches announced. We'll probably start seeing that build up over the next couple weeks.
I wish they would have Night 2 in Kalamazoo.
Why?
Because Night 2 in Kalamazoo rhymes.
Of course. Then we don't have anything for about 3 weeks, maybe 4. About 3 weeks later, middle of November on the 13th, we start Survival of the Fittest in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then Night 2 on the 14th in Hopkins, Minnesota.
Survival of the Fittest. Good stuff comes out of that one.
We're jumping back into them tournaments.
Tournament status.
Yeah.
A lot of indie tournaments these days.
Hey,
and
I like tournaments.
They usually yield very nice results. Hence, King of Trios, Bola, Survival of the Fittest, Top Prospect Tournament. Tournament for tomorrow. Tournament for tomorrow's coming up for Beyond Wrestling pretty soon.
King of the Deathmatch.
So a lot of tournaments usually yielding some awesome matches. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Definitely.
Keeping our interest. We like to know who's going to win when you say there's like 16 guys involved.
Yeah. We would also like to know if you have any of your favorite independent, your local independent promotions. If you have links to their Facebooks, their Twitters, their MySpace, their email, stuff. If you've got links, if you've got any type of link that
you want us to talk about,
we can check out some of their stuff. Post down in the comments.
Yeah, we want to see them.
Or you can post on our Facebooks, our Facebook, our Twitters, our Tumblr, our Instagram, our Reddit.
Or you can email it to us.
Or you can email us. And then if
we got two different ways you can just email us.
You can follow this guy. talk to him on Kevin_Hawk636 at hotmail.com. That's Hotmail.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Yeah. My mail's hot.
His mail's hot, bro.
And also fanstalkwrestling at
You
gmail.com,
talk to all of us.
where all of us have access to that email.
We do indeed. And also, there's links just above ours. Check out all the people we just got done talking about, like ChikaraPro.com,
LookMonoFans.com,
ROHWrestling.com,
ProWrestlingGorilla.com,
CZWrestling.com,
AAWrestling.com,
and WWN Live.
WWN Live, DGUSA.tv.
Yes. All kinds of stuff
AI
down there.
Wrestling.
Full Impact Pros down there, I think.
Wow, we got a lot of do we have shimmer.blogspot.com down there?
No, we'll add that one.
Yeah, we gotta get that. We gotta start giving Shimmer some love.
The blog spot kind of throws it off because there's no .com on it. So.
Well, it's .blogspot.com.
.com. And I think if Evolve you can find on the
DGUSA.
Yeah.
They either DGUSA.tv or WWN Live.
Yeah.
There you usually find Evolves. There would have been Draggate USA, but they're not doing those anymore. Shine, and sometimes Full Impact Pro.
Well, thanks for watching episode 67. We appreciate all of you guys that have been liking, sharing, and reblogging those videos on Tumblr. Thanks for sharing and retweeting us on Twitter as well. If you want to check out the other videos we have this week, check out the playlist. We have the Night of Champions review. We have the Raw review. We have the Midweek Wrap-Up. We have the SmackDown Rundown. And we have this Indie News. Go back, check out all the hilarity that was Corporate Kane.
This is Indie News?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
You have results?
Well, yeah, on the 26th.
And...
No? The greatest rivals round robin.
Tell the people bye.
Honestly.
Tell the people bye.
Bye, people.
We'll see you guys in episode 68.
But we started out with Biff Busick, and he defeated
Yeah, dude. Go ahead.
Drew Gulak. And what did I got something on my face?